guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here then welcome. My name's Chloe. So today's video is going to be another empties video. I feel like I haven't done one of these in quite a few months, but I've got a few items here that I do want to just talk about. It is mostly skincare as well. If you would like to see more of me, you can find me on TikTok, Twitter and Instagram. That's under the same handle as my YouTube, which is Chloe Kiehls with 2 E's, but I will pop that in the description box below for you, as well as a full product list that's on my face today. I have filmed a makeup tutorial for this look. I'm gonna see how it turns out. I've used the Norvina Volume 6 Pro Pigment pressed palette, and if you've watched my videos before then you would see that sometimes I have a little bit of trouble with this palette, as some of the shadows can be a bit chalky, a bit patchy, a bit hard to blend, and I definitely found that filming this video as well. So yeah, it may or may not be up depending on how I like it when I edit it. I really hope that you guys enjoy watching this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel before you leave, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye! Okay guys, let's get into it. It is mostly skincare, as I just feel like that's what I've been using most lately. You know, the weather's been quite hot and I haven't really been wearing much makeup. I tend to wear like a tinted moisturiser for work with a little bit of cream bronzer and blush and a teeny bit of concealer. And I've been using the Sassy Saints brow kit, so I haven't really used much on my brows, and I've only been using a little bit of mascara as well and a bit of lip balm. So day to day, you know, I'm not really going through that many products, but as you're aware of watching previous videos, I am on a bit of a skincare journey, so skincare is majority of my empties at the moment, and what I've been compiling for a video. And of course, when I come on to do YouTube, I do try and do a different makeup look each time, so I'm using lots of different, you know, eyeshadow palettes and things, so I'm not really going through those quick enough, if that makes sense, to involve them in an empties video, but I do have a lot of makeup. So the one makeup product that I do have is this Huda Beauty powder. So this is in Sugar Cookie. I believe this is the lightest shade in her loose powder collection. I did purchase a Cherry Blossom Cake a few months ago. I do like that powder. It almost looks a bit peachy on my skin. You know, I do use the trick of blending a light concealer with a pink concealer to make it more of a pinky under eye, but I don't always like to do that day to day. So I think that I will most likely repurchase the Sugar Cookie version of it, as yeah, I don't really want a pink under eye every day, and when I use my Too Faced concealer in Swan, it almost looks a bit peachy, whereas I like to have quite a bright under eye, and that's what this powder gives me. So I would really recommend the Huda Beauty powders. I know that when you see the price you're like, oh gosh, I could definitely get something cheaper. Like, I know a few people use the Beauty Crop and Revolution, I think they have some loose powders, but you do get a hell of a lot of product in here, and it does last. I mean, this has lasted me for so long. I just think it gives you such a flawless under eye, you know, when you bake, when you just sort of set with a brush. Or I like to use my Trigwell Cosmetics Powder Puff to really push the product in, and then I kind of use like a little brush to dust away gently, and nothing sets my makeup like the Huda Beauty powder. And I do always like to follow in with a powder foundation as well, just to get a nice smooth like airbrush finish. Yeah, I would definitely repurchase this shade for sure, and I would recommend this powder as well. Okay, so next I have a little beauty tool. So this is like a little dermaplaning razor. I got this in a pack of either 3 or 4 from Boots. So I used to work on a brow bar, and I would have my lip and chin waxed. I just feel like your makeup goes on so much more sort of smooth, and I would find that especially when I would slightly overdraw my lips or use like a gloss or something, that you could see little fairy sort of hairs around my lips. So, you know, I would have my lip and chin waxed Of course, you know, they grow back much more sort of furry and with a vengeance after you do, you know, wax or shave them away. So it's something that I do have to keep on top of. So I do just use a little tool like this just to kind of get around these areas. I do use a serum and just kind of dermaplane my face as well. I do really like this tool. It helps to get, I mean, I'm 29, I'm going to be 30 next year. I have noticed a few more hairs growing on my face. They are coarse, some of them are black. I have a couple of moles just on the side of my face where I do have quite thick black hairs that grow out of. I know that's supposed to mean that you're a witch in a previous life. And I do have sort of little hairs that grow here around my chin that they're almost like little like whiskers that I just kind of shave off whenever I feel them as well. So this guy's really handy for that. They're very inexpensive, and I don't, you know, I do cycle them out as well. I don't just keep them and keep using them, because that's when you can find that you get sort of little spots around the areas where you've used the tool. There's nothing against going to somebody else to have dermaplaning done, but I know that it's like 30 or 40 pounds a pop. So I just tend to get one of these guys and a bit of serum, and I just kind of shave my own face, get rid of the peach fuzz, and I just find that my makeup goes on much better. So I would recommend having one of these little tools. I know that some people have the little, is it called a no-no from JML? Which just kind of is a gentle shaver that you could use instead, but I quite like the dermaplane. I just pull my face sort of taut, and you know, if I'm going around my lips or something, I'll kind of that to get like a better view of it, and kind of pick around, go like this. So next I have some hand cream. This is from the Body Shop. I do have loads of these as I bought a set in one of the Christmas sales. I think the last one that I spoke about on my channel was the almond milk and honey. I love that one, love the scent of it, love the formula. And I do have some other fruity shades. I've got a strawberry one that's still sort of on my desk at work, and I've been going through the mango one that's just been on my desk for day and night. If you haven't tried the Body Shop creams, they are a must. I love the smell of them. I love the way that they make my skin sort of feel. They're so soft. So if anybody hasn't used the Body Shop for, you know, shower gels, body butters or anything like that, get yourself down there. I love the scents. I love the way that the products leave like a nice sort of fruity soft fragrance on the skin afterwards. I do love their hand cream formula. Every year I buy Jake the hemp set that comes with this scrub and the cream, as his hands get quite dry around winter time, as he does work in a metal factory and he has to wear gloves, and he can get quite rough hands. And I have been working out a lot more in the gym. I've been going 4 days a week, getting my butt up nice and early to go in before work, and I've noticed when I've been sort of, you know, lifting weights and things, that I've been getting some dryness around sort of here, like from where you're kind of pinching the skin, lifting them up. I put on my hand cream before I set off for the gym, and I find that that's really helped. Like, I haven't got the hard calluses that I had before, so I kind of make it my mission to put this on before I go and lift weights. So yeah, this is definitely a product that I would recommend, and I will continue to purchase. I haven't really found another hand cream that does what this does for me. It kind of ticks all the boxes. Like, they have lovely scents, and they do actually work. You know, they work on my hands all year round. It's not a case of it only working in the summer and then not working in the winter. You know, I moisturise my body, I moisturise my hands every day, and you know, I have had lots of compliments on my hands and how soft they are, how delicate they look, and I use this hand cream every single day. It's what I say to everybody, I just use hand cream. Okay, so next I have my Urban Decay setting spray. I've gone through another one of these. I haven't actually repurchased this one. I have been quite excited to see the Beauty Crop sprays. They're all over TikTok, and I really wanted to try one out, so I bought the Wee Cherie. I'm almost halfway through it, and they are two very different products. I love that this is a very heavy duty one. It can get you through anything, and it's more of a spray, so I spritz it further away, whereas the Wee Cherie is more of a mist, so I have to hold it closer to my face for it to really, me to get the best out of it. If I had to compare, I think I do prefer the all-nighter. It just works for my skin. I can wear not much makeup and not set my face with a ton of powder, and it's still set in place all day, whereas with the Wee Cherie, I can't just wear like tinted moisturiser, cream bronzer, cream blush and a little bit of powder under the eyes. I do have to set those areas with a bit of powder, so I'm noticing that I'm wearing a little bit more makeup so that it sets a bit better throughout the day. Whereas with the all-nighter, I could just wear those cream products and I would be fine. So out of the two, I would recommend the all-nighter, and it is a spray that I am always going to go back to. I do want to try the Beauty Crop Amelia Olivia spray, which is called Glow Milk, I think. Some people have found that they like the Wee Cherie more, or they like the Glow Milk more, you know, so I'm tempted to get the Glow Milk to see what that looks like, as I've heard a lot of people compare it to the Charlotte Tilbury spray, which I've also heard really good things about. But Urban Decay, it's never let me down. It is a spray that I would recommend and that I will 100% be repurchasing. Okay, so next I have skincare. So I'm going to start off with my lip balms. I mean, it's not an Empties video if I haven't involved my Clinique Moisture Surge lip balm. I absolutely love this little guy. It's so moisturising. I use it as a mask at the nighttime, so I apply like a thicker amount, and I just top this up throughout the day as well. It's been really, really hot. We don't have aircon in our office at work, and I have a little desk fan that blows on me. We've got the windows open. We've got a big fan that kind of oscillates around the room, so I'm finding that my lips are drying out much quicker in the room, so I always have this little guy on hand. And yeah, I notice when I don't use this lip balm that my lips can get quite dry and quite cracked, so this guy never lets me down. It always takes care of my lips, and it's always a lip balm I'm going to repurchase. Keeping in with Clinique, I've gone through another Moisture Surge, so I do have quite a lot of little like minis and samples and things like that from when I worked at Debenhams. I love this. It gives you 72 hours of moisture. It's a really nice sort of gel formula, so it's really cooling and perfect for this time of year. I love it with or without makeup, and it works quite well. It's one of my favourite creams. It's always a cream that I will repurchase. It is a cream that I would recommend if you have quite dry skin. It's so nice and moisturising. Even if you're quite oily, I think that it works quite well as well, because I am combination. But when I wake up in the mornings and my skin is feeling really dry, it is a cream that I reach for, as it just gives me like a burst of hydration on my skin, and I find that my foundation and things don't stick or cling to any dry patches. It kind of, you know, I'll go in with my Wish for Yo Glow, I'll go in with this, and I just feel like my skin is baby smooth again and ready for a makeup application. And then keeping in with Clinique again, I do have the Moisture Surge overnight mask. So I like to use this particularly in winter. I will use my, you know, serums, I'll use my face cream, and if it's the night that I'm using retinol, I use retinol twice a week. I'll put my retinol on, and then I'll use the sandwiching technique, and I'll put this one over the top of that. If you are a beginner just using retinol and you think that maybe it's a bit too harsh for your skin, check if you're, you know, what retinol you're using, the percentage and things. Or you can use the sandwich technique where you're going with moisturiser, retinol, and then moisturiser again. That is what I tend to do, as I do have quite sensitive skin, and it just kind of works for me. But yeah, I do like to go in with this one. I apply a nice generous layer all over my skin, and it just gives me that extra insurance for waking up and not having like dry, dehydrated skin. I do think that this has helped my moisture barrier as well, applying a thick layer of this. It's just such a nice, hydrating, restorative mask. And again, I have another product from Clinique. This is the Take the Day Off Balm. So I have said in previous videos that I do prefer my Urban Decay makeup dissolving spray. I feel like that breaks down my makeup a bit better, but since I have been using the Sassy Saints Brow Lamination at Home kit, I haven't wanted to spray that dissolver all over my face, as it would go to the brows, and I feel like that would kind of disrupt the lamination process. So that's where I've been reaching for this one more, as I can just kind of scoop it out and just rub it all over my face, activate it with a bit of water, continue to rub it in, and then just kind of cleanse it off with a face halo. When I'm wearing makeup like this, I will always go in with my eye makeup remover first, just to take that away, and then I can kind of use a cleanser like this or the spray just to kind of gently remove any stubborn like pigments, paints, you know, gel liners, anything like that. So I do like this product. Out of the balms that I have used, I do prefer the Elemis. I'm not sure price-wise if the Elemis is a bit more expensive than the Clinique, but they are both considered like, what should you say, like, they're not really high street, they are like a high-end skincare purchase. I have seen that a lot of people have been enjoying using the Beauty Bay balm. That is a brand that I'm considering purchasing and trying out. I do wear quite a lot of makeup. I do tend to wear makeup every day, and I'm always in need of makeup remover. So I may be trying the Beauty Bay one in future. But yeah, I do like this one. You do have to make sure that you really wash the product off and go in with, you know, like a cleanser afterwards, because this does contain an ingredient. I'm not too sure what it is, but I've seen on, you know, estheticians and things on TikTok, they've said that you shouldn't just use this balm and then nothing else. You should take it off and use a cleanser after to take off any residue, because it does contain an ingredient that I don't know if it can contribute to, you know, spots, clogged pores and things, but if you do have this balm, make sure that you are doing a second cleanse afterwards to really sort of take any residue off. Next, I'm going to talk about some Kiehls. So I've got the avocado eye cream here. I love this. I think this is my third one that I've gone through. I got this for Christmas from Jake in a Kiehls set that came with the face oil and a cream. I'm not 100% sold on the cream. Love the oil and love the eye cream, so I'd see that that set was a success really. I went to town with my friend I'd say a month or two ago now, and she repurchased another one. I think that we both bought this for the first time together, trying it out. So there is a way that you can use this product that Kiehls recommend. So you take a little bit out and you almost like rub it between your finger and your thumb, and you almost feel like, you know, when you like pop or burst something and you just feel like a wash of hydration, that almost kind of like activates I don't know, is it like the oils or whatever in there, and then you can kind of like pat it underneath the eye. On days where I'm just really lazy, I would just kind of rub it directly onto my eyes to sort of do that process. Either or, I feel like that works. But yeah, I love this eye cream. I would be using, I don't know, like an Estee Lauder or my P. Louise Skin eye cream before Christmas, and I was finding that, I mean, it was winter. I don't think they were working quite as well for me with you know, the change in temperature. My under eyes looked quite dry and patchy when I was applying concealer, and as soon as I used this guy, that problem just went away. My concealer goes on so smooth, it sets really nicely, I don't feel like it's cakey or clings to dry patches. This guy really helps. I like it underneath makeup. I use it morning and night. It's one of my top 3 eye creams for sure, and it is a cream that I will always go back to. I will always repurchase. I do have a few more in my collection, and of course it is sort of summer now, so I can go in with a lighter eye cream. But this is definitely one that I would work out for winter. It's typically the only one that I do use in winter for that reason, you know, that I have just mentioned. But yeah, get yourself down to the Kiehls counter and try this one out. It's amazing. Okay, so when my friend Paige bought her eye cream, the lady that served her, she gave her some samples of their new serums, and I didn't buy anything, but she asked me if I wanted to try them as well, which I thought was so kind, because, you know, working on a counter myself, you know, I don't know if it's the case for every counter, but you do work on commission, and if I didn't think that somebody was going to come back and, you know, genuinely think about the product, come back and buy it, I wouldn't give a sample. You know, you do get people that come up to you and like, oh, have you got any samples? Who have no interest, they just want samples. And I mean, I know it probably sounds really harsh, but I was about making money. I would give samples to people who were buying products already. Maybe if I'd done a makeover and we talked about a particular product but they weren't too sure in it, that's when I'd give them a sample, and 9 times out of 10 the people that I did give samples to, they would come back and buy the full size from me. But yeah, I thought it was really kind that I hadn't purchased anything and she still offered me samples. So I've got all 3 here. So they are the new serums. I have got this red one here, which is ultra pure high potency serum, 9.8% glycolic acid. So this is a texture smoothing. And I've got the ultra pure high potency serum, 1.5% hyaluronic acid, moisture plumping, and that one's in blue. And I've got the green one here, which is the ultra pure high potency serum, 5% niacinamide, oil minimizing. So I've gone through all of these. I think that they lasted me about possibly 4 or 5 days from using a little bit and mixing them with products that I already use day to day. I did really like them, but you know, when you're only using them for a short amount of time, you can't really tell if they're really doing anything for you. I do love the Kiehls brand, and I love that they've brought out sort of serums for different concerns, and it does say on the back that you're to use 4 to 5 drops, which I thought was quite a lot for a serum. I'm used to using like a little bit and it going such a long way. Yeah, I have enjoyed using those, and I was so grateful that the girl gave me the samples, because I love a sample as well. I don't go to places and ask for them, but if I am purchasing things, I am a little bit cheeky and I say, oh, do you have any samples of the other products that I have looked at and I wasn't too sure about? And I usually get a sample out of them from that as well. So next I have my Caudalie range. So this is the vinoperfect set. I'm still going through the essence, but here I have the Radiance serum. This is the dark spot serum, and the instant brightening moisturiser. So I love both of these products. This one in particular I feel like has done so much for my skin in terms of the texture, any sort of dark spots on my skin. It took me ages to get through this as well, and it's something that I will 100% repurchase. I have filmed a video of using this for the first time, and then after, I don't know if it was like 4 to 6 weeks, with some results where you can see my skin, and I've kind of used it again in the video. But yeah, I've fully gone through it now. I love it, and I am going to repurchase another one. I think that this is like £48 by itself, but in the set that comes with the cream and the essence, I think that was about £1.50, and I used a coupon with Cult Beauty, which took the box down to, I think it was like £40, something ridiculous like that. So I will definitely be looking out for this set, as I do like all 3 products in there. The cream, I do really like the cream. It smells like a spa. It smooths on really nicely. I like it underneath makeup. I like it on its own. It gives like a really nice sort of glow to the skin. I don't think that it's as hydrating or as moisturising as my Jeffree Star Magic Moisturiser or my Clinique Moisture Surge. But when I was using this cream, I was using it at the same time as my Kiehls, I think it was the Omega Cloud Cream that came in the set that I had for Christmas. So I was using this one in the day and the Kiehls one at night. And I found that I was reaching for this one at night as well. It's probably not one that I would purchase by itself. I would be happy to purchase it in the set that came with the other 2 products that I like more than the cream, but I do think that it is a very nice cream, and I do think that it helped, like all those 3 products within the set really helped with my skin. I have of course finished those products, and I am trying out some Glow Recipe at the moment, so my skin is purging a little bit around the chin, as I am using, it's like a fruit collection, so I don't know if it's maybe some of the acids or anything from that are kind of like causing my skin to purge slightly. This was very natural. I don't feel like my skin purged with that. So yeah, I am considering going back and buying the Caudalie set to see what that does over the next couple of months to my skin as well. So then lastly, I have some Jeffree Star. Again, I filmed a video testing out this product as a first impressions, and then after like 4 or 5 weeks. This is the Strawberry Seed Exfoliating Cleanser. So this one, I think this was like £24, a bit more expensive than his Strawberry Cleanser. So I do really like this one. I was reaching for it, you know, quite a lot. I was reaching for it over my Yo Glow as well, as I just really liked the freshness of it. I liked working the seeds around my blackheads, you know, in my T-zone. I love the smell of it because of course strawberry is one of my favourite scents. But yeah, I really like what this has done for my skin. I used it at the same time as the Caudalie set, so I feel like all those products combined, and using the toner as well, I felt like that I really enjoyed my skin like at that point. So I think that I'm going to repurchase all of these products and just, you know, continue using them. And I've purchased this guy about 4 or 5 times now. I really like this cleanser. It's alcohol free, it has a really nice scent to it. It doesn't make my skin feel tight or dry or sting afterwards like some toners can. In terms of my blackheads, I've said before, I don't think that it does much for that, but as for the rest of my face, I do think that it really helps, and it's a toner that I will just kind of pick up whenever I am out of it and I'm shopping on Beauty Bay, as he's almost always got some sort of like coupon on Beauty Bay for his skincare products. So if you are interested in the Jeffree Star line, I would recommend the toner. I recommend that Strawberry Seed Cleanser, and I do really like the Magic Moisturiser. So when they're on offer, try them out. It would be nice if he did little kits as well, with mini sizes if you're not too sure on the brand, but I do really like Jeffree Star skin. Hey guys, so that was the end of the video. I really hope that you've enjoyed watching this month's empties. Let me know if you've used any of the products below. I would love to hear your thoughts on them, and if you have repurchased as well. But yeah, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel before you leave, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye!